Right, so today we are doing what everyone is going to do. We're doing my Euro predictions. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're going to predict, is it going to come home for England? Most likely not. I'm probably going to be a bit biased along the way. If you do enjoy this video, like and subscribe, of course, because we're closing in on 2k. And in fact, you know what? Like it if you want it to come home. If you don't want it to come home, you're obviously not English. But do that, because why the hell not? Thank you. So pretty much everyone that's done a Euro prediction video have used this website. It's on UEFA's website, a Euro predictor, and I feel it's the best way to do it. So we'll go Group A, Switzerland, Turkey, Wales, and Italy. I think it's pretty obvious Italy have got to win that. I think obviously they've got their back line is a little bit aging with like Bonucci and Chiellini there now, but overall they've got the best team in that group by quite a way. And they've got a fantastic set of forwards in Signe, Immobile, for example. They're looking really strong. Wales, I would like to put Wales second, but I'm going to be realistic and put them third. Obviously, they're basically Gareth Bale FC, let's be honest. Turkey, they've got some good players in there, you know. They actually got a few that have won the Liga. Not the Liga, that's not in France. Ignore that. Ligue 1. They're obviously Lille won Ligue 1, and a lot of their players actually play for Turkey. And Switzerland, it might be a bit of a surprise putting them fourth, but I think Switzerland, they often don't really go far in tournaments. It's quite rare that Switzerland go far in tournaments, and I just don't feel that they've got much special about them, quite frankly. So I'm going to put them fourth. Group B, I've already put Belgium in first. Just ignore that, irrelevant. Russia, Belgium, Denmark, and Finland. Obviously, I put Belgium first. I think they have to be there, really, don't they? Because I mean, the Belgium, they've got an unbelievable set of players. They may not have De Bruyne, but they still have plenty of players that I think should be able to make up for him. That could hinder them, though, not having one of the best midfielders in the world, let's be honest. Russia, they did fantastic at the last World Cup, obviously, but you've got to remember they had the home advantage, and this time they are going to play a few games in Russia, because obviously for this tournament, it's all around Europe, and a few teams at the very least will actually get to play at least 2 of their games actually in their home country, which that's a bit of a dodgy one for me, really. I personally would prefer it to be in just one country, but that's another topic. Third, really. I think they're going to be third because Denmark, I rate them quite highly. They've got a lot of exciting players in that side. I would not write Denmark off. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how they're going to do. And it's easy to put a team like Finland fourth, but that's what I'm going to do. Obviously, they've got Pukki in there. That's the one that you think of straight away. It's about the most standard thing you can say about Finland, but I just don't really rate their chances. I don't see them beating Belgium or Denmark. They might get something from Russia, potentially. Group C, we've got Austria, North Macedonia, Ukraine, and the Netherlands. Even without Van Dijk, I do think the Netherlands should be winning that. Austria were pretty tough to beat the other day for England, and they've got a good set of players as well. I keep saying that way too much. I apologise for that, everyone. But it's true. They've got a good set of players. North Macedonia, again, a bit like Finland. Easy to put them fourth. I'd love to put them like third, and they could have like an underdog story, because every tournament you have a team go further than you actually expect them to. I think North Macedonia have got to be fourth. Ukraine, they're nothing special, but I think third is about right. Now for England's group. Group D, Scotland, England, Croatia, and Czech Republic. On paper, we have one of the best teams at the entire tournament, in my opinion. But having watched our warm-up games against Austria and Romania, that didn't really fill me with much confidence, I'm not going to lie, scraping past Romania from a penalty. Plus the fact we've picked Ben White to replace an injured Trent Alexander-Arnold, and I think it's pretty criminal that we've left out James Ward-Prowse, because he played out of his skin against Romania and he still didn't get picked. And England are quite well known for relying on set pieces to score goals, and you think of set pieces, you think of an English player. I think James Ward-Prowse has got to be one of the first names to think of, yet we've left him out, and that does kind of concern me. Ward-Prowse, just because he's at Southampton, that's why he doesn't get the recognition he deserves. But I do think England should definitely be winning that group. If we don't, remember third, 6 of the 8 placed third teams can get out the group. So, is it 6? There isn't 8 groups. That's waffle. 4 of the 6 place teams can get out the group. Scotland, I think they'll be third, you know. I think Scotland will be tough, and it's just the kind of game I could see England slipping up in. I pray to God we don't lose to Scotland, because that's not great, really, is it? Croatia will go be second. Got a bit of a rivalry with them now, of course, after losing to them in the World Cup semi-finals, which still gives me flashbacks. And Czech Republic have got to be in fourth. It's worth pointing out, though, that Czech Republic actually did beat England in Euro qualifying at Czech Republic. So you can't write them off. On to Group E, we've got Poland, Spain, Sweden, and Slovakia. I think Spain, I don't understand why they've left out Sergio Ramos. Like, why would you ever do that? Even if he's injured, he can still offer that leadership, you know? He's an absolute warrior. I don't think Spain are as good as what they have been in previous tournaments. They should be winning that group. Poland, I'm going to put them second, Sweden third, and Slovakia fourth. I just realised Poland have a derby player. No. Let's be realistic. No, we can't do that. I was going to just put Poland last because they got Jusviek. Is that how you say his name? I don't care, to be honest. Group F. Can we just have a moment of silence for Hungary? Okay, that's enough of that. Hungary, got to be fourth. If they were in an easier group, they would get out of this, to be honest. Because Hungary, they're no write-offs. They've got, what's his name? Galecki, is it? Galecki, the Leipzig goalkeeper. I know no one else can say his name either, but I try my best. They've also got another Leipzig player in Orban as well at centre-back, and for Championship fans, obviously that's quite a big topic on this channel. They've got Adam Nagy from Bristol City as well. I hope I said his name right. But I don't rate their chances when you look at the other teams in this group. Germany, they're not looking quite as good as previous years. They've got quite a lot of young, exciting players coming through though. But they have got Timo Werner up front, so I worry about them in front of goal. That's a joke. It's Timo Werner, I think he will come good 100% in time. Germany, it's mental that I'm putting Germany to come third in any group. France should be winning that. They're absolutely insane. Just unfair how good they are. And Portugal second. They're an amazing side as well. The four best third place teams. It's a little bit unfair in ways that you can qualify when you finish third, but it's to add another round, of course, isn't it? Germany should be winning that. Sweden, Wales, Russia. What about the home nations? Sorry. We'll go for Scotland. Round of 16 then. Let's do it. We've got Belgium v Sweden. I think Belgium should be winning that quite easily, to be honest. Italy versus Austria. I think Italy should be going through there. France versus Wales. They actually played each other quite recently in a friendly, and France won 3-0. I think... I can't see Wales doing an underdog story like last time. I rate France incredibly highly. Croatia versus Poland. That's actually quite an interesting game, you know, because Croatia aren't quite as good, in my opinion, as they were at the World Cup, because they don't have Rakitic this time. He's retired from international football. And also, the players that they had are a bit old. Obviously, they're older, like Modric is 35 now, Brozovic. Basically, if your name ends in "ich," you can play for Croatia. But I don't see them losing to Poland. Poland obviously have Lewandowski. He's going to be their talisman, as he always is, by and hand for Poland. But I don't see them beating Croatia. So Croatia go through there. Spain v Scotland. Interesting tie there. I'm sorry, Scotland. I think Spain have to be winning that one. Oh, no. You see, this is the thing. This is the thing we've got to realise and consider. It might be best in ways if England don't win the group, because if we don't win the group, I don't know what group we would have to then play in the knockouts, but it would be significantly easier than if we were to win the group, because if we do win the group, we have to play second in Group F, which is one of obviously Portugal, Germany, France. You don't really want to play either of them, do you? Or any of them. I'm sorry, I've got to back the boys. You think I'm gonna knock us out at the round of 16? I can't do that. The Dutch against Germany, a big rivalry here, but I think Germany should win that. Turkey against Denmark. We're going to get maybe a nation you wouldn't expect to get to the quarterfinals go through here. I rate Denmark, and I also do rate Turkey. This is actually one of the tightest ones here, but I'm going to back Denmark. All right, let's do the quarterfinals. Belgium against Italy. That's actually a really exciting tie there. I think maybe Belgium without De Bruyne might be a little bit weak. But I do think overall Belgium have a better squad than Italy. I think a lot of people could agree with me there. But I rate Italy. I think Italy are underdogs. Do I mix it up and put a team in there you might not necessarily expect to get there? Yes. I'm sorry, Belgium. Italy all the way. Let's have it. France against Croatia. A replay of the World Cup final. Not that we can forget that. That was pretty an astonishing game, really, wasn't it? But I think France, I don't see Croatia going quite as far in this as they did in the World Cup. If we can beat Portugal, in my eyes anyway, we can beat Spain, because I don't think Spain are quite as firing on all cylinders as they were at previous tournaments. So I think England, And I do think even though we played quite negative and dull football, at least in pre-tournament form, I think we can beat them. And I'm also being incredibly biased, but we've got to back the boys. I think quarterfinals, really, for the squad we have, should be a minimum in ways. And I don't want to be cocky and big ourselves up a bit. Germany v Denmark, bit of a derby in ways, really, isn't it? I think Germany. And that makes for one hell of a semi-final, as we're seeing here. But Italy v France. I'd love to say Italy would go through to the final, because it's just a bit of a different team, isn't it? You know, they weren't even at the World Cup, but I don't see France losing that. I think France are just another level. England v Germany. I predict us to beat Portugal, which are arguably better than Germany. And Spain, what a way it would be for Joachim Löw to sign off from Germany. To get to just get to the final. That would be great if we could do that. I don't see England winning this. We often slip up in big moments, don't we? You know, last World Cup, Italia 90. We often slip up. And I just want to say, you know, we got to the World Cup semi-finals. If we then go and get to another semi-final a few years later, that's big progress. Because as far as I know, England have never done that. We have never got to back-to-back semi-finals. And it's just a sign that we're heading in the right direction. Especially after so many tournaments before this where we massively underperformed. So we may lose to an old friend of ours, Germany. But I'll be more than happy with the semis. It won't come home in my eyes, but be seen as if it did, but I don't see it happening. So that makes for a France against Germany final, and I've been bigging them up the entire time. I think Germany have got a very exciting squad. Even though I'm backing them to get to the final here, something tells me this won't actually happen. But it has to be France, let's be honest. That is my prediction. That is my prediction for the Euros. I'm so excited, man. It's been so long since we've had a major tournament to go through. It's going to be absolutely mental, and it's just a nice break from being depressed supporting Forest. So yeah, if you have enjoyed this video, please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Follow my Twitter and Instagram. I'm actually going to try and post more on Instagram going forward because it's been quite dead recently. And yeah, please do all that. I'd appreciate it very much. I'm not sure whether I'm going to do streams to England games or not. I have previously said I'm going to do that, but I'm not sure whether I kind of just want to do it. Just watch England off camera, because that's what I normally do, really, isn't it? But yeah, we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.